Da 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 da. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum. What's up, party people of the MOB, the Mob Members Only Baseball? What's going on? What's happening? What is cracking? We already have a prediction in the chat. What is it? Oh, the over-under. Everybody's betting the over. Okay. All right. Good night now. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to bet my points first. Fuck. Hold on a second. Let me do that real quick. Hold on. How do I do it on my phone, though? Oh, hype train. Oh, now there's a hype train, too? Fuck. I can't do anything. Here, I'll add to the hype train. How about that? It won't let me fucking do the prediction on here for some reason. On my phone. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, hey, welcome to Mondays in the Mob. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Mondays in the Mob, Season 2, Episode 5. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Enjoyed your week off. And now we're back at it for 3 consecutive weeks with no schedule changes except for one that I will be announcing here in just a little bit. But before we get anything started at all, I want to throw out a couple shout outs to Wink and Emily for bringing the second twin home today. So he's going to be a little busy over the next little bit. Vacation number 5. Am I only on number 5, Twin Screw? I'm definitely hitting the under then. What the fuck? Why can't I fucking do this prediction on my phone? This is fucking stupid. This is dumb. It won't let me do it. All I can see is the fucking hype train shit. Whatever. I bet 1 million fucking points on the under. I see Ray Bashan with a watch streak. I'm going to hit the chat here in a second, but I want to throw a shout out to Wink and Emily. Congrats to them bringing the second baby home. We're all very happy for them, of course. And then I believe, and I don't know exactly what's going on with Crazy. I know that he said that his wife was coming home. I'm assuming that's from the hospital, meaning his daughter was also supposed to come home either today or tomorrow. If he's in the chat, we'll try to get an explanation from him. I'm not even sure if he's here tonight because he might be dealing with... Oh, there it is. She just got home. Yeah, Crazy, type that out for us. Let us know what the situation is exactly with your daughter. If she's coming home as well, or if just your wife was coming home. How do I get this shit off my screen, Ray? I can't move this shit's... All this shit's blocking my... I can't see who the first... Oh, there you are, right there. Ray Bashan, very first one in the chat, said, "Suck it, Crazy, I'm here first." Then he was followed by Bullet, and then PSN Blackfire. PSN Blackfire, you're going to want to stick around and listen to the announcements here in a little bit. It might have something to do with you a little bit. Crazy Canuck, dude, you're like the 4th one in. I'm kind of disappointed in you. Followed by Mob, AACL88, Annie Beaverhausen, subscribing for the 6th straight month. And she says, "Yo, where's my ping?" You should get a ping on Twitch first. That's why I try not to do the Discord one right away. I try to give it a minute or two, and then I do the other one so you don't get 2 right away. Doug Day's in the house. What's up, Doug Day? Also, looks like we hit a hype train for level 2, maybe. Very good, guys. That's awesome. Twin Screw.
What's happening?
What's happening? Good to see Twin Screw in the house. Jeff Banfield. Jeff, what's up with you, buddy? And let's see, a bunch of repeats here. Nate Hall is with us, as well as David Leathers, Ray Bashan, currently on a 3-stream streak. Bullet re-upped as well. Gunny's here. And Greg Soto for the 5th straight month. Bullet, is your shit showing in here? Did I miss it? Oh, right there. 6 straight months. There you go. Everybody should be like 5-6 months. Salutes to Crazy Canuck. Hey, Gunny, I think your keyboard fucking button's stuck or something. Announcements make me moist, says Doug Day. I don't even know what to say about that. I think that Bullet will have something to say about that later. But anyway, welcome to members only baseballs, Mondays in the Mob. I do have a couple quick announcements before we get things going. I put a couple more things in it's not a convention channel. So I want to make sure that everybody keeps up to date. Looks like we have 6 rooms booked as of today. I've booked the area already for the ball game, and things are going great. So again, The sooner you can book, the better, because there is another convention there. So all you gotta do is do it with a credit card, and then you don't have to pay until you check out. So you don't have to pay till like June. So you got like 7 months. So, but if you want to go, I would suggest reserving your room as soon as possible. The courtyard side only has queen beds, but the Residence Inn has the king with a queen sleeper, out of the couch thing. So for those of you who need to share a room. So that's that part. And then there's some announcements here. Here's some announcements. I don't think we need drum roll for this, so I'm just going to say them. Announcement number 1 here tonight. If you were a franchise player 1 or a franchise player 2 in season 1 of the mob and went to another team, there was a fee for that, which I posted a long time ago, way back in like August, I think. And Gunny subscribing for 4 months. Thank you, Gunny. Appreciate that. Yeah, make sure everybody's subbed up. I printed I downloaded the list today. I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I'll re-download it after this since we have so many new subscribers again. There's a fee for that, and I forgot to remind everyone in week 1. It should have been paid way back. I forgot. One person has already paid. That's what reminded me of it. And I think there's 2 or 3 total that have to do it. So I just want to make sure I make that announcement, let everybody know this is going to be due by next week. So just be prepared to pay your fee next week before we get things started. Announcement number 2. I want to invite 8 more people to the mob. I think we're a little stagnant right now. I don't like being stagnant. We're not going to open the floodgates like crazy like we did in AACL. That's never going to happen in this league. All the regular rules and stuff will have to be abided by. But I'd like to see some more people. I've started conversations with the owners and the admins how to best go about this. We're discussing a couple of different options. One of them doing a thing where we just basically have 8 people that we know that we would like to come into the mob and let them take over an AI player for the rest of season 2, starting in January. We'll do the prep work over the next few weeks, and then when I get back from California is when it would happen. So you would actually be on the field replacing an AI for the last 4 weeks of the season plus the postseason. But you will not be progressing your player because at the end of the season, you'll go back into the rookie pool for the draft. So that's kind of where I'm leaning, but we're having discussions. I'll let you know as we get to that point. What's this say? Nate Hall, what? What's Gunny saying? Nate Hall tried to wreck me on my scooter. I don't know what that's about, but I wouldn't put that past Nate Hall, actually. All right, and then the last thing, the third item is next Monday, we're going to experiment with something. I like the Wednesday breakup. You know how we have a game at noon, and then we come back at 3:30, and then we only do 2 games in the evening. It gives me time during the day to do stuff. Tuesdays and Thursdays doing back-to-back games is a little rough. By the time I get to Thursday, I'm starting to get tired. So what I'm going to do is on Monday, next Monday. Oh, the hype chest. What do we get? We got a hype chest. Open it. Hold on. I'm going to open and share it. I'm sharing it with y'all. It looks like a teacup that just spilled. Well, that's not good. Just spilled on my tea. Jeff Banfield, thanks for the bits, buddy. Appreciate it. So next Monday night, so a week from tonight, we're going to have this show a little earlier, and we're going to follow it up with game 1 of the week, and we'll see how that goes. Doug Day has been asking me about that as well. He's off on Monday, so he better be on the game is all I'm saying. All right. That being said, let me bring in a couple people here before I get into story time here. Story time is going to be pretty quick. I just have one quick story I'm going to share with you. But Special K is in the house. Keith, welcome back to the show. I can't wait to see the KMPR because I have heard that it is an absolute fucking train wreck. So you tell me, how's that going to look today, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I don't know about I'm doing well. I don't know about the KMPR.
I have a feeling it's not doing well.
We'll just let the people see. How about that?
Yeah, we'll let them judge it.
We'll keep our mouths shut for now.
That'll work. All right. On that same kind of topic, Ray Bashan is in the house, and Ray, you got a rant tonight, don't you?
I do have a rant tonight. I also got some breaking news.
You have breaking news. Do you want to say it now, or do you want to hold on to it?
Oh no, I'll say it now. You fuckers coming to the quote unquote not a convention will be seeing Clams tonight because I just booked our hotel room.
Oh, there we go. Hold on. You know what that deserves? Hold on. There you go. That deserves that. All right, that means we have like 7 rooms booked now. That's awesome. Dude, we're gonna have such a good time. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a blast. I talked to them. We're gonna do the games in their conference room there in the hotel, so we won't even have to leave the property on Saturday before we go to the game. It's gonna be great. So awesome. Glad to have you guys on board. Bullet Boletsky's back. He'll be doing bullet points here in a minute. Bullet, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
Pretty good, pretty good. Lots of eating, lots of drinking. Perfect for me. So,
Not necessarily in that order.
Not in that order.
I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. And then joining us tonight, he's been absent for a few weeks, but he pops in when he can. The number 1 pitcher in all the land is going to join us for tonight's show. Greg Soto's in the house. Greg, what's up with you, bro? How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, man. It was good. It was good. It was good. Good time with family, and I'm just here to hear Ray. What is it? Ray's rant.
Ray's rant. Well, by the way,
I got a name for it. Y'all will hear it later.
Oh, okay. Just for the record, I told him he can't go 5 or 6 minutes like he did before. He's got to cut it down to like 2-3 minutes at the most. So we'll see how that goes.
That's what Clamsy expects from him.
What's that, Greg?
That's what Clamsy accepts from him.
Oh,
from him.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on, we got. All right, thank you. We'll be here all night, folks. Keith, you don't sound very happy about him having to cut it.
Yeah,
down
I want the long rants. I want Ray to be blue in the face by the end of it.
You know what? That's also what Clam says, but we don't all get what we want. Ray, I forgot to ask you and Special K both, so I'll ask you first. How was your Thanksgiving, bro?
I didn't have a Thanksgiving, but thank you for asking.
Did you have a non-Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I didn't have any family. I didn't have anything to do.
You just didn't. All right, so you just chilled and watched football.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
I wish I had a feast. Cause man, I'd love stuffing myself with food. But
with that Thanksgiving Day rant you had, I thought maybe that's what you were really deciding on.
I mean, I had pumpkin pie. That's about it. I had a pumpkin pie sit in my freezer from like earlier this year.
Oh, well, I mean, you can always unfreeze. Ray Bashan, is that what you call your penis? What are you saying in there to Nate? What the fuck?
Oh, Nate Hall sat there and said, "Hey, Ray, I'm gonna make the Jenga tower fall on you, bro." I said, "Is that what you call your penis these days?"
Hey, I'm gonna make the Jenga tower fall on your mom. Hey, so here's what's funny about that. If you guys look in the Not a Convention channel, the fucking Jenga thing, we used every single block you could use in that picture, put it on X, and tagged Jenga, and those fuckers never responded. What a bunch of dicks. So we may have to bring extra blocks this year. See what we can do. Gunny says Mike All found an outstanding food vendor in Knoxville, Wisconsin flavored bratwurst. Is that true? Is that a real thing? Greg Soto currently on a 20 stream streak. Wow.
Do you say bratwurst or bratwurst?
Well, I was just reading it. It says brat, but brat. Well, it's spelled bratwurst, right?
I think that's how you spell bratwurst.
It's bratwurst.
Yeah. Well, I'm just reading it. BRAT spells brat, motherfuckers, and that's how it goes. Keith, I forgot to ask you. You'll be last here before we go into story time. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Michaela and I pulled double duty this week. We spent the first half of the week with her family in Arizona, and the second half with my family in Hill Country in Texas. So a lot of travel, did a lot of stuff. Man, we were exhausted on the plane ride back yesterday. But yeah, it was a good week.
She was still driving home today, wasn't she? From that trip?
She just drove home today, yeah. She was going to drive home yesterday if Iowa didn't get a foot of snow.
Yeah.
It was funny because it snowed about 4 to 5 inches here in KC today. So she left like at 9 this morning when it was coming down when she left. But she made it okay. She's fine. So
good deal.
Yeah, it was a good week, but man, I actually weighed myself before and after. I think I gained like 4 pounds this past week, something like
Hey,
that.
that's what this week is all about, buddy.
Right, exactly. Now it's going to take me another 4 months or so to.
It's
burn it
amazing
all
how
off.
much longer it takes to get it off, right?
Yeah, ugh,
Exactly.
I hate it, but you know that's what happens this time of year.
Rob Forker says she could have made it. Roads were fine yesterday by the time they got home, but Doug Day, I said hi to you in the very first thing, buddy. I was gonna comment on one other thing. Oh, Annie says there's no U in it, so it's brat. Yeah, and when you
No,
short,
that's
okay,
wrong.
but when you shorten it, do you
Uh-uh.
say brats or brats?
Brats.
You guys are
My
dumb.
my German ancestors would smite me if I said brats.
I just that's so weird, man. All right, whatever. We'll talk about that more later. But let's get into story time here real quick. I just have one quick story to tell you. Last Friday night, Lisa and I stopped by this local bar. It's called Fountain City Social, and it's an 80s themed bar, and we used to be there all the time. Hey-yo, Michael. And people drove through okay and couldn't stop. Oh, you talking about asking if you were okay driving home? Doug, were you driving home?
No, he sat there and said everybody was driving all
Oh,
around.
I see.
He
Yeah.
stopped in Oklahoma to say hi.
Got it. I got it. I saw okay. I just thought it was like, hey, they drove through okay. They drove through okay and it couldn't stop. All right. Is there a rainbow in the window? I don't even know what that means. The English language. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, the English language is terrible. I speak American, by the way, not English, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, Friday night, we stopped by this bar that we haven't been there. It got sold to somebody that moved here from Texas back in March because the couple who started it up, her mom isn't doing well health-wise and stuff, so they had to step back from, owning a bar and all that shit. So we hadn't been in there in months, since like March or April. And we walked in, and one of the same bartenders was there. We started talking to him, and we were just stopping by after dinner. We were going to get a quick drink, and then we were going to go home. This is Friday night. And then I met some guy from California, and we started yapping. And next thing I know, they're passing out these papers that's fucking trivia night. And I don't do that kind of shit in bars. I don't do Singo or trivia night or fucking karaoke. I just don't do that shit. It's not me. But Lisa wanted to do it, so me and the guy from California and Lisa, we ended up being a team. And the theme of the night was West Coast versus East Coast. And they started off with sports. 6 questions, 5 points apiece. Boom, I aced them all. West Coast, East Coast, second one, rap. Boom, 6 questions, 5 points apiece. Boom, aced them all. Third category, 6 questions on geography. Boom, aced 5 of the 6. We missed 1, which was fucking bullshit. And so we're just cruising through, but there's this other bit. There's like 6 groups playing, but the biggest group is a group of about 8 people, and the rules are very clear. Nobody's supposed to be on their phones. There's supposed to be no cell phones on. If you have to do something with your phone, take a call, whatever, you have to step outside, which is also bullshit because you can just go outside and cheat. But these motherfuckers had 2-3 people at a time on their fucking phones during the quiz, so we started fucking calling them out. Me and this one guy just started fucking kind of talking shit to each other. I honestly thought we were gonna fucking fight. And I'm like, put your fucking phone away, bro. You're fucking cheater. He's like, I'm not even playing. I'm like, then sure. Then why the fuck you sitting at the table? Like that kind of talk, right? And anyway, so the guy fucking came over, calmed us all down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm keeping an eye on him. And and so I'm just watching the whole time. So I forget what the next category is, but they're in first place. We're in second place every single round up to this point. We get into the fourth one. I don't forget what it was, but we got 5 out of 6 again. And we're going into the final round where there's 6 questions, and they're all worth 20 points apiece. And we're still 5 points behind them, and all the other teams are way behind, so it doesn't even matter, right? So there is a Krispy Kreme in that parking lot right by the thing. So I go up to that table, start talking shit again, and I'm pretty fucking drunk at this point, too. I got pretty fucking hammered Friday night. And so I go over to this fucking table, and I'm like, I'll bet you guys a dozen donuts we kick your fucking ass, even with you guys cheating all fucking night. And they're like, okay, bet. And so we got the fucking bet down, blah, 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 right? So we go back over, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but we missed like 3 of the fucking 6 questions and got our fucking ass handed to us so bad that we didn't even finish second. We dropped to third. And I had to go buy a fucking dozen donuts for these fucking cheating assholes. And then I brought them the donuts, and they were like super cool to us and hung out with us the rest of the night. We became buddies and pals and friends and shit. So isn't that funny how that works? You fucking hate somebody, and an hour later, with enough alcohol and donuts, you're like best buddies. It's amazing. So that's how I spent my Friday night. Mike All knows. Mike All was waiting on me. For those of you who don't know, Mike All and Bo Martin Jr. and one other guy do a podcast called The Neapolitan. Bo is the chocolate, Mike All is the vanilla, and the other guy is the strawberry. I was supposed to be their guest Friday night, but the strawberry had some family problems, so we had to reschedule for another time. But it sounds like a Navy Marine, right? Fucking Navy guys at the table cheating, Mike, and Marines saying fucking asshole, cheater, fuckers. Yeah, something like that. It's called the I can't remember if it's just called Neapolitan or the Neapolitan Nights with a K, K-N-I-G-H-T-S. It's on Spotify and some other places, so if you want to listen to it, go ahead and do that. I wanted to throw them out a nice little plug. So Doug Day says, I wanted to be on a podcast, but was at work. On their podcast or another one, Doug? But anyway, all that to say, Neapolitan Nights, there you go. We'll reschedule. We'll try to knock that out here, Mike, before the end of the year. But my story, I was kind of irritated, but I was so drunk, and we all wanted donuts so bad. I bought 2 dozen donuts. I gave them a dozen, and then we had a dozen at our table and took the rest home for breakfast the next morning because they were like buy one, get the second one for $9 or some shit. So I'm the one to give up a fucking sale like that. So there it is. I don't know what the moral of the story is other than alcohol and donuts, it would help world peace maybe or some shit. I don't know. But that's my story for this week, which will bring us to bullet points and Bullet Biletsky. Bullet, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the show. I already asked you how you're doing and all that shit, so I think we could probably just jump right into this unless you want to preface this with anything.
No. I guess it's worth mentioning, though, that some of the bullet points have been gleaned from the chat of last week's episode. So,
okay.
So just beware.
Well, I will also let people know that normally you have 5 or 6 bullet points. This week you have 7 plus bonus material.
Yeah, Ray gets his own bonus material section.
I mean, which he kind of deserves. He deserves it.
He deserves it. Yeah,
he does deserve it. All right, Ray, can you do the drum roll for this? Or are you busy?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right, folks, we are back to bullet points. Apparently, we gave Bullet a shit ton of material last week. So sit back, relax, grab your drink, and let's hit bullet point number 1.
Oh, I gotta find it again.
Hold on a second. And let's hit bullet point number 1.
And this is me super editing myself, too. There could have been 30 from last week, just so you know.
I believe you.
Okay, bullet point number 1. Before Dave even got to his opening monologue, he told everyone that I was harassing him to give me the phone number of his quite large and dashingly handsome contractor. Not only is this not true, but Dave actually told me that the guy came back to his house last week to show him his new power tool. Classic projection and an anti-Mets bias.
Just for the record, you are the only one who repeatedly calls this guy dashingly handsome. I'm just saying.
I think those were new adjectives, but I have called him other things. So yes.
I'm sure. Moving on to bullet point number 2. I'm not even going to talk about that one. Bullet point number 2.
Number 2. Dave said he bought a $45 lemon pound cake at a charity event over the weekend. That's very gracious and generous, but we all know that was actually a euphemism for some sexually deviant act that Dave is into. During our get-together next year, if Dave offers you a pound cake, run the other way.
I'm just glad that Ray and Clams booked their room tonight.
Oh, God. Nebraska's coming back into play.
Here we go. Bullet point number 3.
Speaking of Clams and Ray.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Yep.
Okay. In the chat, Clams announced that Ray likes her O-face. Nate jumped in and said he's forced to like your O-face because his life gets threatened otherwise. Clams said, how do you know that? My question also is, how did Nate know that? To keep this on a baseball theme, has Nate watched the happy couple take batting practice? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, is that what we're calling it these days? Batting practice.
It's a PG show, man. You know.
Now I gotta take the chair out of my room.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, no more. And you know what? You might want to change your password on those cameras. Bullet point number 4.
Number 4. Keith announced that he was bringing back his KMPR power ranking system for the mob, but before he could explain what the initials actually stood for, Ray said it stood for Kill Me Please Right Now. I still don't know what it actually stands for, but it doesn't matter because that's what it stands for in my book for the rest of the
I can't agree more. Kill me, please.
You are welcome.
Don't worry, you're definitely going to be thinking that when you see it later.
I have that feeling.
I have started the multiple K names for Keith, and I have now named his fucking ranking.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Oh, my God. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bullet point number 5.
Number 5, when Keith was explaining strength of schedule for justifying the A's number 1 ranking, I said, but the A's created their strength of schedule by getting swept by the Mets. The moral of the story is that no matter how hard we nerd out on new age stats, they never seem to tell the whole story of how some teams are just shittier than others. I'd rather rely on Ray to yell us about that, which is, you know.
Well, I mean, you got KMPR.
It's a much better system.
Yeah, you got Ray yelling in the other ear. God forbid we have Rob Foraker, for God's sake. I let Rob do power rankings 1 week, and he just, like, turned everything upside down. So I don't even know what system to use at this point, but we're going to find out in a little bit tonight. Bullet point number 6.
Number 6, and I wish Wink was listening to hear this one. After Wink got robbed of the play of the week after smashing his face into the wall after making a super catch, he said, I knocked myself out for everyone's entertainment and you still fuck me. So happy to know I found a group of people worse than my ex-wives.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you're not lying. I mean, dude, I don't know there is a lot of like anti-Mets, anti-Yankees, anti-New York bias in this fucking league, which is actually kind of great, to be honest with you. So, all right.
It's a worldwide thing, Dave. It's not just here.
It is. All right. So we are on bullet point number 7. So I had to erase the first 5.
Yep.
Or 6.
Oh, good.
All right. Bullet point number 7.
Number 7, after the Mets were robbed of yet another weekly award, Bob Funk said, everyone won't vote for the Mets because Dave came and saw 3 Mets players while visiting New York. To which Mike All replied, Dave came when he saw Mets players?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
yeah, you can't take that one back, Dave.
Did I say that? I don't remember. Everyone won't vote for because Dave came. Yeah, I don't know.
Dave came when he saw Mets players.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Funk hey, listen, Dave, Funk had to get it from somewhere. Come on now.
Well, I mean, he was there, so maybe he was hanging out with Nate. I don't know. Mike All, it's only because the Mets suck, Dave. There you go. Thank you, buddy. Hey, Art Vandelay. We have an Art Vandelay sign. Art, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. I am pleading the 5th. For sure. All right, we got bonus material here. So here come the bonus bullets, as we like to call them. So drum roll, please.
Okay, bonus bullets from Ray's weekly predictions. These are some highlights of Ray's weekly predictions. Okay, Ray called the Giants the Peter Dinklages. He said, thought that was hilarious. He said that the Brewers thought the Giants were a joke, but let them squeak out a win just to let Chad feel good about posting "Bye Bye Baby," which is also what he tells Eagle when he leaves the house in the morning.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, okay. Here we go. He said Tommy gun looked like he is shooting a BB gun. And finally, he asked Mrs. Met to give him a call so he can show her 2 balls until he swings his wood and has her feeling the grand slam. Ray violating Ray violating Mrs. Met is not something I wanted to visualize, so thanks for that, Ray.
Oh my God! You know what's funny is you were talking so fast and yelling. I didn't even catch half that shit.
It's
I had to replay it like 3 times to
I
get it
believe
all
you.
done.
I believe you.
I'm gonna start sending you my rants, Bullet. I apologize.
Why, bro?
But,
why would you
it's-
subject yourself to listening to all of that 3
multiple times.
Gee.
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because Dave gives me a half a point every week. That's why.
true.
How about that?
okay, so
Hey,
I got
the
3
things.
things.
Hey, let me tell you, I got stories. The things people will do for half a point around here.
I got 3 things with these bullet points. One, I'm gonna go back to the Clams comment. Clam says, "Tell Bullet I've been paranoid since, and we've got new curtains and add more cameras to the security of our home. But there's been a
Nice.
scare hiding in the garage now that showed up out of nowhere. I think Nate is still giving signs." Second, I said Tommy gun looks more like a BB gun with how he's been pitching.
Okay, fair enough.
And number 3, it's not violating Mrs. Med if she enjoyed it.
Jesus.
That is true. That is true. That is
On next
true.
week's program, we have a special guest. Mrs. Met will be in the house.
Talking about Mrs. Met, if you want to listen to Ray not speak for 10 minutes, go back and listen to his booth time with Ling Ling. He was so tired.
Oh no!
I've never heard.
so fucking hard.
It's one of the first times that I've never heard Ray speak. Even Clamsy was like, "What's wrong with you, Ray?"
I'm
He
sitting
was
here
speechless.
laughing, but
He
I'm not
was
trying to get
speechless,
it go
bro.
through the mics to give you pleasure.
Good
Hey,
God!
hey, real quick, we have a Freddie sighting in the chat. Freddie, Art Vandelay and Freddie in the same show. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. Welcome back to both you guys. Well, Bullet, I mean, we're just giving you more material every single week. There's going to be, we may end up having to do a whole fucking show on this at some point, the way things are going.
These things write themselves, Dave.
They really do.
Just do a fucking whole stream of just bullet points in my rants.
That's right.
Hey,
I could do bullet points in real time as you're doing your.
And then and then to push everybody the rest of the way off the cliff, we end the show with KMPR. So there you go.
Hey, Bullet, I've got a great suggestion for a bullet point next week. I believe I saw in the chat earlier. This has to be added to like the mob quote book if we start one. I saw Art Vandelay say, "I came when I saw Bob Funk." So
we're gonna have to go back
I will
on that.
denote the time stamp and review it later.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
Well, Bullet, thank you as always for the entertainment, the work you put in for this, and what you're adding to the show every week, bro. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. You gonna stick around with us, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. What are we at? We are 30. I think we're gonna be okay on the under. I think we're gonna hit the under tonight. I'm just. Oh, I can't bet anymore. Shit. All right. Bullet points by Bullet Boletsky, folks. Some bonus material, and it seems like we give him more and more material every single week. So, Bullet, thank you for that. Let's talk about the standings before we get into the weekly matchups, and then after that, we're going to get into some power rankings, and before we get to the awards. So, at first glance here, there's a couple things that stand out to me. The 6-3 teams stand out to me the most, I think, mostly because they've been roller coaster teams that we thought were going to be good out the gate. A lot of people predicted the A's to win their division. They start off by sweeping, I think it was the Cubs in week 1. They get swept in week 2. Then they turn right around and sweep. I think it was the Cardinals. Yeah, Cardinals in week 3. Very roller coaster-ish. Baltimore, about the same kind of roller coaster thing. Still having problems, not last week, but the week before at neutral fields. So I want to start with those two teams before we even tackle the Brewers. But Keith, I'll start with you before we start getting into all the KMPR stuff. That'll come later with the power rankings and stuff. But Orioles and Athletics at 6-3. Are those the kind of records that you would expect the top teams to have after 9 games in this league, the way the parity is? And are you surprised that those two teams in particular are at 6-3? If you're surprised, are you surprised that they don't have a better record, or are you surprised they don't have a worse record?
I mean, anything. I mean, really, anything above 500 at this point is fine. If you're above 500 at any point, you're probably okay. Because as we remember, there was only one team that finished above 500 last season.
Is that true?
So
Was that the Cardinals?
it was
The Cardinals were
it was
500.
the
weren't they?
O's. Cardinals went 9-9. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that the O's and the A's are up there. I've said since the beginning that I think the A's are probably the most well-rounded team in the league, and I still believe that. I think the O's are right up there, and I think the Mets are right up there. And sure enough, all three of those teams are above 500. So I'm not super surprised by those records. I think the Brewers are definitely the surprise team so far. And I don't think that that's necessarily controversial to say, or that that's an necessarily an unpopular opinion. So, yeah, I mean these records don't necessarily surprise me a whole lot. And yeah, 6-3 is definitely where you want to be right now, and that's where I would think a good team would be right now.
Ray, let me ask you this about the Cardinals and the Cubs, right? So Cardinals and Cubs, two teams that played pretty well last season. Cubs started off rough, but they really played well the second half of the season. Cardinals go to the inaugural Robo Cup or Robo Classic, sorry, and lose to the Yankees. Cardinals and Cubs are two teams I thought would actually be 500 or better at this juncture, but it's the Mets in the other division that are actually the only other team over 500. So what is your take on that? Is it the fact that Cardinals and Cubs, I mean, we've only played 3 weeks, and only one of those weeks, I believe, has been in division, right? The other two have been out of division. So it's not like the old school teams, the OG teams are beating each other up. What's your take on Cardinals and Cubs being sub 500 while a team like the Mets is the third team in the new division to be above 500?
I mean, you said it yourself just last season. The Cubs didn't get anything hot going until the second half of the season, which I'm thinking that's what their plan is again, probably for this season, except they have an extra week. So we got to wait till, next to actually get hot.
Yeah.
Cardinals, I don't know. Ever since they lost that series to the Yankees, I mean, they did have the series win. I want to say week 1, if I am correct. And if I'm not correct, and Keith will interrupt me.
I think, right? Keith, didn't you guys swept in week 1, didn't you?
No, we did not. We lost the neutral site game.
Oh, okay.
But we won the series week 1, and then we won the series against the O's in week 2.
Gotcha.
No, so you won 2 series 2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty much just how I'm seeing the Cardinals this year, how they handled the Robo Classic last year. They win 2 games, and then if we went to a best of 5 throughout the entire week, then they probably would have lost 3 in a row. And just choked it away like they always. The Mets is definitely a surprise being at above 500. I think their sweep against the A's actually helped them out pretty well there. The only 3 losses the A's have is because of the. Yeah. But what doesn't help them is their 2 losses to the Yankees. Thank you for that, Mets.
there's that. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I'm going to ask somebody else that question in a second.
Man, y'all had no faith in the Yankees except for your boy over here.
The Yankees didn't have faith in the Yankees.
Yeah, I was going to say the Yankees. If we remember, it was only Delaney was the only one who picked his own team. Was it last week or something? So no, yeah, not even Yankees have faith in Yankees. Soto, let me go to you about the Brewers. Are they the surprise team? And let me preface it by saying this: we were kind of hard on them in the first couple weeks because I think they started off, was it 5-1 in the first 2 weeks? But we all talked about how it was against like the Yankees and the Giants or whatever, right? But then they turn around and last week they swept the Cubs. Now, are the Cubs? They're not the best team either. So are we? But I would put the Cubs above the Yankees and the Giants. So does sweeping the Cubs last week vindicate the Brewers at 8-1, or is it finally they're going to get some competition starting this week with the Mets, and then we'll see how they do?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Actually, at the very beginning, I think when we started the season, I said the Brewers were going to be tough. Their speed, their hitting, their pitching staff. When I spoke to Yogi before the season started, we were talking, and just looking at the roster, I had a feeling that it was going to be Brewers and Athletics. I think in the new team division. them beating the Cubs, to me, I just think the Brewers are good. I think they're good. What surprised me about the other teams is the Mets sweeping the Athletics. That kind of surprised me. But the Brewers, I think, for me, at least from my end, I think the Brewers were going to be right there 1-2 with the Athletics in the new team division from the get-go. I just feel they have a lot of speed, and if they can get the contact that they need, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They are a hell of a team to deal with if they get on base.
Let me ask you a follow-up question on this, or actually more about what I talked to Ray about. 2 of the 3 weeks we've had so far have been out of division. When you look at the records, that shows that the new teams are actually beating the old teams. Are you surprised by that? And what do you think has been the reason for that?
No, I'm not. Because I mean, looking at our team, looking at the Brewers, looking at the Mets, we all have established players, and we're putting good lineups together. We got good pitching staff. I mean, you got 2 pitchers in the new team league that are already, they played last season. You have Chrisley, and you have my player, and then you even have just one rookie pitcher, and then you have another pitcher that's kind of an in-betweener, which is Penagali, Mike Gall's pitcher, where he actually played, so he got a little bit extra points. So he's kind of not a 2-year starter, but he's not a rookie either. So you have some good experience in the pitching, which you could tell by our records of those 3 teams besides the Giants. And I just think we got good, solid players to come over to the new teams that were already in established teams last year. And the only team against, is that has a little bit more rookies is the Giants, and you could tell, with their 2-7 record this season. Right. But the rest of us 3 in the new division, we have established players, man, and that makes a huge difference. You could tell. That's why 3 of our 4 teams are above 500.
Yeah, we really have. Bullet, what's going on with your old team, man? The Yankees are the season 1 Robo Classic champions. They beat the Cardinals in 5 games. They beat the Orioles in the semifinals to even get there. Now, they did lose a lot of their players, but they still have 3 pretty studly guys over there, including Joseph Delaney's player who, probably an MVP candidate for season 1. But why can't the Yankees win any ball games? Why are they 2-7? And they were 1-6 until they finally, were they 0-6? Anybody remember before?
I think they were 0-6.
Yeah, 0-6. I
think they were 0-6.
And then they won 2 out of 3 against the Mets, right? What's going on with the Yankees, Bullet?
I think, look, they lost more than half the team, like you said, and they're just trying to figure it out with their lineup, and sometimes also the luck of the draw. I don't know. It's just they've had a bad run for sure, but they definitely were weakened. The main thing is they were weakened by some pretty good players leaving the team. I think that's the big catalyst for their record currently. And conversely, the three new teams, Brewers, Athletics, and Mets, as Soto said, those teams are just new in name only. They have established players up and down their roster, so they're really not new. They're new to the league, but the players aren't new. Like, we have 1 rookie. I'm not sure how many rookies the A's or Brewers have, if they have any, but
I think
that makes a big difference.
I don't think they have any. I think think the Giants have. There's 8 rookies. I think the Giants have 4, Yankees have 3, and the Mets have 1.
Right. Right. So yeah. So I think I said this last week. The biggest differentiator so far has been the amount of rookies you have on your team.
Yeah, it's almost it's like the script was flipped, right? The Yankees, had they retained their players, maybe some of these new teams don't look so good.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
I don't disagree with that. Yogi Bard joining us. He's probably driving. Yogi, how you doing tonight, buddy? Can you hear me? Are you on your Bluetooth?
What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm on the Bluetooth.
All right.
The Yankees were 2-1 against Baltimore. I know that for sure. Because remember, Baltimore lost the neutral field.
No, 1-2. The Orioles won the first
1
2
and
games.
2. 1 and 2. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Oh no, we haven't.
Yeah, you
no,
lost.
no,
Remember
we,
you kept
no,
losing all the neutral.
no, we haven't. Yeah, but this season
No.
we haven't played the Yankees yet. We play them this week.
I'm talking about last season.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that neutral fucking thing was a pain in the ass, and then beating us in the semis. That shit hurt. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but here's the last question I have for this round, and then we're gonna do kind of a rapid round here in a second. Yogi, this goes to you, and this has to do with the Giants. The Giants are 2-7. In most of the power rankings last week, they were ranked 7th, if not in all of them. The Yankees were the only team that were 8th, and we'll see if they've moved up at all. Last week, though, they played the Orioles, who are leading the OG division. And here are the scores. Ready for this? Not in any particular order. I don't remember. But there was 6-5, lost by a run. 5-4, lost by a run. And 3-1, lost on a walk-off home run. Yeah, they were up 1-0 in the bottom, or it was 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth, I think, when Art hit that, something like that. And they lose 3-1.
Yeah.
So they lost 3 games by a total of 4 runs. How close are the Giants to being legit, even with the 4 rookies, the most rookies they have out of any team in the league?
They're scrappy. They're tough to get back out on the field when they're in the dugout. I told y'all when we played them, I was worried about them because that's a scrappy squad. You know, they got some hitters on that team, and even their AI players like Jeff Kent are hitters. They gave us a problem. That's our only loss of the season was to the Giants.
Yeah.
So, I think they have a good chance to be, work their way up towards 500, by the end of the season, close to it.
Yeah, I think, and I think really maybe one of the more important things, Yogi, and agree or disagree and let me know, once James Troll gets some more earnings under his belt, he'll be able to go a little deeper into games, throw some more pitches, and maybe even help win a few more ball games.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Here comes the rapid round. We're going to start at the top. It'll be Bullet, and then Soto, Ray, Keith, and then Yogi. We finally have our second in-division week of the season, and it happens to be rivalry week. As you look at the standings on the screen right now, tell me one. It can be either division, doesn't matter. Tell me one thing you see, Bullet, on here that you think how the standings will change after this week. Just, for an example, do you think, the Yankees are going to sweep the Orioles and jump all the way up? Something along those lines. As you look at this overall, what stands out based on the schedule there on the right-hand side? And for those of you who maybe can't see it on your phones at home or whatever, Orioles play at the Yankees this week, Cardinals at Chicago. And then in the new division, it's A's at Giants and Mets at Brewers. Where do you see a possible shakeup this week, Bullet, once everything's said and done?
I see a possible shakeup with the Cubs and Cardinals. I think the Cubs being at home, I think they can take 2 of 3 in that series and win the series and basically tie themselves for second place in that division, pending the Orioles game, of course. But I think the Cubs leapfrogging the Cardinals is something to look for. I think they can make some hay being at home.
Okay. Soto, what jumps out at you as a potential shuffle here in the standings once week 4 is all said and done?
I agree with Bullet. I think Cubs will probably flip-flop, could have potentially flip-flop the Cards, and possibly the Athletics are tied with the Brewers after the Brewers face the Mets this week.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I actually think the new division, Ray, is a little more intriguing than the old division just because we kind of already have a history, with the old teams from last season. Where do you see a potential shakeup for week 4? As Art Vandalay in the chat says, what stands out is that ass pounding the Yankees are going to take this week. Attaboy, Art. Attaboy, Art. Ray, what do you see?
I mean, without giving away too much of what's going to be happening in my rant, we're going to see a battle between who's going to reach 10 losses first this season. Is it going to be the Yankees or the fucking Giants?
Dude, that's a good point. So who's more likely to get swept, the Giants by the A's or the Yankees by the O's? Because that's both tough.
I'm going to fuck.
Say again?
Get back to me on my rant.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll let it go for this one. Keith, same question to you. Where do you see the most possible shakeup in the standings after the next 3 games here this week? Keith, you're muted, bro.
Yeah, I realized that. Okay.
Hold on.
Y'all-
You can't get. Hold on. We got to do. You know, I don't get to do this very often anymore because nobody. Don't we have an animated muted, bro? One. What the fuck? I can never find anything anymore.
There you go.
But that one's not the animated one. I thought we had an animated
Oh no,
one.
it's not animated. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all are gonna say I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
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 Don't say
with a
crazy.
K.
Fun fact: don't say crazy in front of Michaela. Just life hack for everyone in the server.
Well,
she
we're all gonna do now.
A room filled with rats.
If you do it, then that's your problem. But I think I'm gonna ride what I said last week. I have belief in the Yankees. I think they can make a push this week against the O's.
Now, are you basing that on last season? Because let's be honest, the Yankees don't have the same roster.
I'm
they
not.
had.
No, I'm not. My opinion from the beginning has been that the more power you have on your team hitting wise, the better that will play out for you as the season goes on. And we just saw the offensive potential of the Yankees last week. And this week they have Pink Lisa, who has one of the lower ERAs, one of the lower whips, and one of the worst walk per nine numbers. So
How's she in home runs per nine though? How's that? Do we track that?
No, we don't track. We don't get that specific. Just because
This is one of Keith's inside information.
Yeah, right.
I mean, hey,
Take it with a grain of salt.
I'm just saying. We just saw it last week. What's to say it can't happen again? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's wrap it up with Yogi. Yogi, and let me just say also, Orioles are probably going to sweep the Yankees, so I call bullshit on what you just said. Yogi, because we're playing on my PC, not Winks, for God's sake. And I just for the record, if I had been home and those playoffs were on my computer, the Orioles would have won the World Series or the Robo Classic. I don't know, I'm sorry, not my computer, my PS5. Yogi, your take on this week's games on when the dust settles come this Thursday night. Where's the biggest shakeup going to be in the standings?
The Mets will be below 500.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going with. Bullets, Mets. I owe Bullet from way back in a football championship game. I owe Bullet.
That is true.
Now,
True.
the other big news is Art is not picking the Yankees this week.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. Follow the art, bro. Follow the
he
art.
divulged that. Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Follow the art.
That's it. Follow the fucking art. Okay. All right. So that's that round of questions. So here's where we're gonna go next. Here's the schedule. We got Cards at Cubs, O's at Yankees, Mets at Brewers, A's at Giants. As you see, this will all kick off tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I think we have play-by-play for everybody. I think Chris Lee grabbed that last game, so we have a play-by-play person for every single one. Analysts for about half. So if you want to be an analyst on a game, please go into the important documents or important whatever the fuck it is at the bottom of the server. Important links, I think, maybe. And hit the broadcast schedule link in there. It's also pinned in the broadcast channel. And sign up to be an analyst. We're going to start at the bottom. Yogi, we ended with you. We're going to start with you. Cardinals at Cubs this week. And this is all going to go pretty quick because I'm going to go game by game. And I want to know, or I'm series by series, sorry. I want to know who you think is going to win the series and by how many games. So, Yogi, Cardinals at Cubs. We just saw the standings a minute ago. I'll pull those back up just for a brief second so everybody can see it. Cardinals are a game above the Cubs, but the Cubs are hosting the Cardinals. So, Yogi, Cardinals at Cubs this week in week 4, not just in division games, but rivalry week. Who gets to talk shit at the end of the week between the Cards and the Cubs?
I want to agree with everybody that the Cubs are right there ready to break out, but you just got to feel like the Cardinals' bats are going to come alive at some point because they've been so dead to start the season. I'm going to go with the Cards in that series, probably 2-1.
Cardinals 2-1. Keith, obviously you're going to pick the Cardinals, but what do you think? You think you're going to win it 2-1? You think you're going to sweep them? How do you think that's going to go down this week in Chicago?
This series is entirely dependent on whether or not the Cards offense actually shows up this week, and they can only go up from whatever the fuck last week was. So
I mean,
that's
yeah.
yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Because apparently, whenever I bring up my intel, that just means that everyone's just gonna take what I say and throw it out the window. So.
Or we'll just dogpile on you. That's kind of fun too. We do that.
Or that.
Yeah. So just to remind everybody, as I'm getting ready to go to Ray next. Last week the Cubs got swept and got outscored 9-3 by Milwaukee, who is the best team in the league. So I don't know if that is a factor or not, Ray. But Cardinals at Cubs this week. Who wins the series?
You're gonna have to come back to me later with the rant.
Oh fuck! You and your rant's ruining this fucking show. Soto.
Dude, for this game, oh shit, I wanted to pick the Cubs, and I did pick the Cubs in the pick'ems, but I might even change my mind. But then I think, okay, they got beat, and Nate Hall's the pitcher, so that's a negative. And then I look at the Cards, and then they only got one run during our series.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, but I know Gunny's a better pitcher than Nate. Nothing against Nate. I think Gunny's a better pitcher.
Yeah, he's got a season on him.
Man, but if the bats don't come alive for the Cardinals, dude, it's going to be a rough week. So I pick the non-bats of the Cardinals showing up or Nate pitching. I think that's really what it comes down to. And man, you know what? I think I might change my fucking pick. I think I'm going to go with Gunny. The Cardinals got to give him some run support, please.
Yeah. Just for the record, you changed your votes. Was it last week or the week before, and then it all fucked you? But I'm just reminding you.
Yeah, well, two of them. Only one of them fucked me. Not both.
Not both. So you think?
But
you think Cardinals 2-1?
I think Cardinals 2-1.
Okay. Bullet, you got the last word on this one. You'll have the first word on the next one, so we can segue right into it. Cardinals at Cubs. Good. And here's the thing. Do you think it's one of those things where, you know how everybody hates the Yankees, right? Everybody seems to love the Cubbies. So is it kind of like, in my heart, I want to pick the Cubs, but in my head, I'm going to pick the Cardinals kind of thing? Or what do you think's going on with that?
No, I think this year the Cubs and Cardinals are pretty even so far, and I'll take the Cubs at home. I think we cannot understate the home field advantage here.
Yeah. With Nate pitching? Oh my god.
I'm gonna have a show of faith for Nate this week. All right. I think the Cubs win 2 of 3.
2 of 3. All right. And that segues us, Bullet, into O's at Yankees. So Yankees coming alive finally last week against the Mets. They are at home. So do they continue their turnaround, or the first place team in the OG division, which I'll pull up real quick too for everybody, just to remind one more time. It's a 6-3 team versus a 2-7 team, but we will be playing in the Bronx. So what do you say about that particular series?
I think the Yanks get one at home. They have a team built on power. They play in a bandbox, and I think they'll catch some lightning in one game against the O's, but the O's will take that series 2-1.
2-1 O's. Soto, we know the Orioles have problems with neutral fields. So does that give the Yankees the advantage where if they can win one of those first 2 at home, they'll have an advantage with the neutral field and could possibly take the series from the O's, or do the O's dominate here?
No, I think the O's take a 2-1. I don't know. I don't think it's a sweep. I think it'll be 2-1 though.
2-1 O's. Okay.
Yep.
Ray, do I have to skip you on this?
Yes.
Okay. Keith, same question to you then. Neutral fields not friendly to the Orioles. So is that going to help the Yankees, and can the Yankees win their second series in a row in this young season?
Kind of feel like I already gave my piece on O's and Yankees. Yeah, I mean, I had faith that the Yankees would get a win last week. I think I even specifically called out that it would be at home, and sure enough, that's what happened in Game 1. Yeah, I think Bullet hit the nail on the head. They have a lot of power, and the stadium that they play in helps that out. Granted, the Orioles also have a lot of power.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, it feels like a trap series to me, and we just saw We just saw what the Yankees could do last
Yeah.
week against the Mets, and so why couldn't they do that against the O's? That's
does
more or less my
anybody- do
It's
you
more or less
remember-
my rationale. There's not a lot of thought behind it, but
Yeah, but do you remember? Did the where was the Mets Yankees series? It was at Yankees, right?
I believe it was at the Yankees. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that's the case. Yogi, you got the last word on this one. You agree with Keith, or do you agree with Greg and Bullet?
Well, the Yankees are going to have to steal one in Baltimore to win that series.
No,
I don't
they're all
know
at-
if that's going to happen.
No, they're all at New York. This is a 3-game in division, so the first 2 games are at Yankees, and the third game is neutral.
Okay, they're still going to have to steal one at New York then.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to have to shut down those bats, and they're going to have to get runners on for their power hitters to win 2 games. I've just got a gut feeling they're not going to get it done, but I do think they'll steal one of the 3 games, and the Orioles will win 2-1.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 2-1 Orioles as well. I didn't give my take, but dude, I don't know how to call the Cardinals. That Cardinals Cubs series might be the toughest one we've had all season to call.
It's tough.
I'm gonna
It
go
is.
Cardinals 2-1, but barely, and then I'm gonna go O's 2-1. So that's 2 away teams I'm picking, even with the home field bias we have here, Keith. And Keith, I'm gonna have you lead off the next one here. A's at Giants. This is intriguing to me because I think right now everybody thinks A's are the best team. They have the best pitcher, but I just read you how the Giants 2 one-run losses and a bottom of the 9th loss to Baltimore, and the Giants get to play at home. Does that help them? Can they steal this series from the A's, or do the A's keep cruising?
Giants will win a game this week, I think. But I can't give the whole series to the Giants. I still think the A's are the most well-rounded team in the league. They proved it last week against a team that doesn't have a ton of power on them on the hitting side, and the Giants don't either, especially with a lot of the new players that they have. Yeah, I can't see it personally. I think James Troll is a bit of an underrated pitcher.
I agree with that.
Yeah, right. And so I think if it was one of about 4 other teams in the league, I might even pick the Giants. But since you're going against Soto and you got to hit against Soto, and how did that work out for a similar build team last week at home? So I don't know. I can't see it, but who knows? I mean, it seems like we're due for an upset every week.
Maybe. But you think 2-1 Giants though? Or I'm sorry, 2-1 A's.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bullet, I'll go to you next. Same question. I feel like the Giants are right on the cusp, but Soto has been dominant, and so is he dominant enough to sweep, or are we going to see one of those typical Greg Soto game that he throws at us once or twice a week where he only goes a couple innings and fucks it all up? Although I think he already had one. Greg, did you already have one bad game like that this season? Did we get that out of the way?
Yeah, I had that game already against the Mets.
Okay. So, Bullet, what do you think? Does Soto fuck up again, or do the A's cruise, or what do you think?
I think the A's cruise. I think a dominant Soto against 3 giant rookies is a recipe for a sweep.
That's a good point, actually. Yogi, A's at Giants, man. What do you think? I know you're kind of high on the Giants like I am, but are they ready for the Soto and the A's show that comes back to the Bay Area, back to town?
They're just scrappy enough in my book that every week they got a chance to win one at least, and I think they're going to sneak one out, and the A's will win 2-1 also.
Okay. Soto, you've heard what everybody else says. I'm in that. I think I'm in that corner too. I think the A's just have one game where maybe they fuck up enough, and the Giants can sneak away a 1-run victory. But I think the A's win 2-1. As you're prepping your team, Greg, this week, what's the mindset? Are you in a dominant mindset? Do you feel that the A's can go into San Francisco and have another sweep, or do you and I talked on the phone earlier today. You guys went 3-0 in week 1, 0-3 in week 2, 3-0 in week 3. The calendar dictates you go 0-3, which I doubt will happen. But does that mess with your head a little bit in the locker room, and does that give the Giants a possibility to steal one game away from you?
No, it doesn't. I feel pretty confident in our team, and I actually sent a DM to Chad last week that I told him we're coming for that ass. And I still feel that after running some sims. I still feel that. Um, yeah, I don't look. Could it happen? Yeah, of course. It's a sim, man. So they could win. I honestly feel that our pitching's dominant. Not just me. I think my bullpen is dominant. It's getting there. I think they'll be fine with rookie batters. And I fully expect a sweep in that shitty town of San Francisco.
All right, here's the last one. Bullet, I'll start with you. This is your team, and I'm going to end with Yogi since it's also his team. This is what I think, and I saved it for last on purpose. I think this is going to be the best series of the week. I think Mets and Brewers, you guys already have the, Wink Yogi hate stuff going on. You've got two very talented teams, even though the Mets kind of shit the bed last week against the Yankees. How do you think the Mets are gonna? I'm trying to not ask the question like I know you're not going to go into Milwaukee and sweep. I can tell you I don't see that happen. I don't think the Brewers can sweep you either. Is it going to come down to a neutral game, or how do you see this going down? You think you're going to split the first two? Can you steal the neutral game? Like what's your whole take on this week? Because for me, this and then the Cardinals and Cubs are the two toughest to vote on.
I think if it wasn't for the Brewers being the home team, it would be a Mets sweep. I think we take 2 of 3.
Woo,
I think their pitcher, our pitcher over their pitcher, will be the difference. I think we have the edge in the pitching department.
Mm-hmm.
I think our bats have been coming alive. I think we steal 2 of 3 in this series.
All right.
Realistically, that's not me being a homer. I believe that for sure. I believe that for real.
Clams, I'm not even. We don't play them, so I'm not sure what you're doing. I don't even know where to go with that. Soto, I'll go to you next. Mets and Brewers. I think there could be a lot of fireworks in this game. I think there could be a lot of high scoring in this game. But I can also see it the other way, where a Chris Lee 14 strikeout type game could show up as well. How do you see it going down?
I see this as a Mets 2-1 series win. For some reason, the Mets show up when they play the number one team at the moment. They did that against the A's. Now the Brewers are leading the division. The Mets are going to show up again this week, regardless of what happened, what their record is. It doesn't matter. For some reason, Chris Lee, when they played us, never got hurt.
Yeah.
He played the other 2 weeks. He gets hurt during the week.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, the Mets play their best ball against a better opponent.
Yeah.
And I believe that we are better, and they beat us. They swept us. I don't know if they'll sweep the Brewers, but I do think they'll win 2-1.
Keith, let's stay on that topic for a second. Do you agree that the Mets play to the level of their competition, like Soto just said, and who do you think is going to win this series?
I think this is a tough one. I think we all know that Chris Lee is a good pitcher.
Mm-hmm. I would argue he's the second best pitcher in the league.
He's definitely up there, for sure. I mean, some people have said the Brewers haven't been tested yet because of who they've played. But I don't know. It's interesting just because, I mean, like I said, my opinion is that the more power you have, the better you're going to be long term. And the Brewers are like the exact opposite of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're showing that's winning so far, right?
Right, exactly. So, I mean, just throw what I said out the window.
Or do you think it's because the power players haven't built up enough yet?
I mean, it could be that, but I don't know. They could also just be an anomaly, since there's always one of those in sim sports.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to sweep either way in Mets or Brewers this week, and I think I was thinking about this earlier, and I basically was just like, you know what? I don't I don't know if the Brewers have played a well-developed team or like a not fully developed, but more developed team that has as much power as the Mets have. So I think I'm gonna just throw caution to the wind and go Mets 2-1.
Mets 2-1. Okay. All right. Caution to the wind. All right, Yogi. Bullet started off with the Mets. You've heard what everybody has said. I don't know where to go with this. I'm probably going to take the Brewers 2-1 just because they're playing at home. And if it was flip-flop, I would probably take the Mets 2-1 because they're playing at home. But Chris Lee is a hell of a pitcher. Mets have a talented roster. There is the stigma on you guys right now that, you've had 3 lesser team weeks to start the season off. But is this a statement week for you guys, and are you up to the challenge? And I'm sure you're going to pick the Brewers, but tell me you're going to sweep, or is it going to be 2-1?
We're up for the challenge, no question. We're built with speed and defense, and it's worked so far because the object of baseball is to score at least 1 run more than your opponent on any game, and we've been doing that. Can we continue is to be seen. So far, the formula is working, but I need somebody to check on Bullet because he's delusional over there thinking the Mets are going to win 2-1. It's going to be 2-1 the other way. I worry about them because they can score runs, and we've got to score runs against them. And we don't score a lot of runs. We shut down a lot of runs. We make the plays in the outfield and the infield to shut the runs down. Can we continue with that? We're going to find out this week, and then I'm going to get everybody off our back about we haven't played anybody. I need Chris Lee's back to tighten up again this week. Twice would be nice.
Yeah, I think the other issue with the Mets, too, has been so far that their bullpens let them down. Because I think, and I don't know, Keith can check this later if he wants to, but I feel like the Mets have have the highest scoring losses in the league. There's a couple games where they've scored 4 and 5 runs and lost 6-4, 7-5 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
our bullpen has blown up on a couple of occasions.
We find out who the Brewers are after these next 2 weeks against the Mets and against
who we're playing. Wonder who we're playing next week.
The A's. Dude, Brewers A's is going to be the shit next week. I guarantee you that. Well, all right, panelists, I want to thank you guys for that. We're going to move on to power rankings. I did not get power rankings from everybody this week because we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start off with the KPR. There's some stuff that's blacked out here. And then I am covering up the rant, as you can see on your screen. Right?
that Ray thing is funny.
Dude, so here's what's funny between me and Soto today. I text Soto and I said, "Hey, can you make me a mobster that's screaming, all upset about that looks like Ray?" Well, I didn't check the way it said, and my text said monster.
Monster. That's great. We got it.
And then,
careful what you ask for.
So I went back and I did a little asterisk mobster, and then I checked my DM and I was like, "Oh fuck, he already did it." And I texted back and I go, "Monster's better anyway."
and that is Ray mixed in with the 1940s The Wolfman movie,
yes.
and that's what you get.
Ray,
love it.
Ray, do you love your picture or what, buddy?
Love it. I love that a lot.
All right, so we're doing
it suits very well for the name I gave my segment. So
yeah, so we'll have to take that and put it on the right segment next week because I couldn't remember if yours was for the rankings or for the matchups. So what we're gonna do is after we do these power rankings, we'll go back to the schedule and you can do your rant about the matchups. But before we get to that, we all need to have a sit down with Keith. Keith, we need to have a come to access moment about this KMPR.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yep.
I'm just going to give you the floor for the couple minutes to kind of tell us what the fuck is this in front of us.
Wait,
Okay.
before Keith waxes poetic about this,
Okay.
I am intrigued. There a bit of real baseball breaking news. The Mets just signed Devin Williams 3 years, $50 million.
Really?
Now,
Wow.
if that is to be the setup man for Diaz, who they have to still sign, great move. If he's replacing Diaz, I hate it. That's all.
That's a good point. We'll have to keep an eye on that. All right,
Yeah.
Keith, KMPR. Remind everybody what it really stands for, not what Ray calls it,
I
and not
mean-
what Gunny calls it.
Well, okay. I mean, it depends on who you ask what the name of this is, of course. But I mean, the OG name from the AACO was the Keith's Method Power Rankings, where I throw together a formula that at least tries to be objective and not batshit crazy every week.
Was that
And
really the name?
Yeah.
that
You don't
was the
remember that?
original, yeah, and
I
that was
back there
the
when it
original.
was invented, and I could tell you right now, I did not think that was the fucking name.
Yes, that was the original name that Dave came up with, so you can thank him for that.
You're welcome, everybody.
Right.
You're welcome.
Okay, so
Sorry, hold on
just
a second.
to
I have
remind.
to pat myself on the back real quick. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So just to remind everyone, there are 3 things that go into this. The first one is your
I'm sorry,
win
Keith.
percentage.
I know. Listen, I know we've interrupted you 4 times, but you got to look at what
Okay.
Doug Day just put in the chat, bro.
Yeah, Keith's mob power rankings.
There you
Yeah,
go. That's the new name. All right, go ahead. Sorry,
There you go.
we don't want to interrupt you anymore.
Yeah, but the joke names are more fun. Okay, so
they are
there's
way
3.
more fun.
That's true. Yeah, 3 things that go into it: your win percentage, the win percentage of your opponents, and an old sabermetrics formula based on expected win percentage as it relates to run differential that has somewhere around a 98% 98% accuracy rating based on the modern version of it, which I'm using. And the strength of schedule, you could call it, or opponent win percentage, factors in the least. However, as Mike All has noted in the chat a couple times now, and what I suspected is the case, is that, of course, that is like by far the most flawed part of this metric because, obviously, I mean, everyone knows that your strength of schedule is going to go down if you beat your opponents. I mean, I knew that when I created it, and that's why I said last week, and I'm going to continue to say that it's going to look a little better at the end of the season than it does right now. I mean, that's how it works with these things. That's
Dare I
kind of
say
how
that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, that's kind of how it works in real life with some of the metrics that people use for college football, if I understand them correctly. But I mean, even with that, there are some things here that I think actually make a little bit of sense. So, like, for example, the Cardinals dropping a lot primarily because their run differential is now absolutely god awful. I mean, it's not the worst in the league, but it's definitely not helping them much at all. The Brewers, I mean, everyone's going to look at the Brewers 5 and be like, what the hell is the deal there? And I mentioned this earlier. Some people would say the Brewers have not been tested. Their opponent win percentage is literally, hold on, let me double check that I have my numbers right. It is almost twice as bad as the next lowest opponent win percentage, which is the Orioles. So if you want to look at why those 2 teams are as low as they are, that's probably a good place to look.
We played the Giants, but we haven't played the Yankees yet. Who did we play? We played the
y'all played Cardinals, Giants, Mets, and Cardinals, Giants, Mets is what I have.
Okay.
And granted, I mean, it's the Brewers and then a gap and then Orioles and A's and Cardinals and Mets, then another gap and then Giants, Cubs, Yankees. So that's how it kind of plays out there. But
it's kind of wild that the 2 teams leading their divisions, you have, what is that, 5 and 6?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how it's going to look for now with the sample size that we have. Right. But just to assure everyone, the opponent win percentage portion of this is 15% of the calculation. So you can't just entirely throw it all out because of that one thing, although it is influencing it in its current state. But I mean, just looking at the formula values that it's spitting out right now, you can see the Cubs, Giants, Mets are all bundled up together at 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, it's not like the A's are up here and then it's a step down, then the Mets, and then a step down, then the Giants. But, I was looking at this and was kind of scratching my head what the heck it was thinking. Besides the Yankees being 8, which I think most people would probably agree
Dude, the
with.
Giants
at
at
this point.
3 is
Although,
just so fucking wild. It's blowing my mind.
yeah, that I don't have a great answer for that. Although I do know that in the expected win percentage portion of it, the Giants and the Cubs are the 2 most underrated teams you could call that based on their expected win percentage. So they may be getting a boost in that department. But I don't know. I don't have a great answer this week.
We'll have to see how it goes. Does anybody?
It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I mean, it's like I said it every week in the last season of the AACL with the KNPR. Then I mean, my thing that I would say in the AACL is that, the KNPR isn't going to overreact to anything back then. Well, it sure as hell is overreacting now, I think, to some extent.
Yeah, it is. Anybody on the panel have a question for Keith before we can move on to Axis Powers, Yogi's List, and Ray's? I think I might actually put Ray's rant on Axis.
No, I think this is just showing the future. That's what this is showing.
Cool. Says number 1.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
We'll have to wait and see, huh?
There's no way the Orioles are the 6th best team in the league right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the A's are Jan Brady looking up. That's all I can tell you.
I don't know. All right. Here's Axis Powers and Yogi's List coming up. And I think what I'll do, I'm just going to uncover Ray. So I messed this up. This will be called something else next week. And then as we know that Bullet and Greg will be here on a regular basis or whatever, I'll start getting theirs as well. Axis Powers, here's what I have. I put mine and then I put them in parentheses. Yogi, I couldn't find yours from last week. Sorry, so I couldn't put your last week's in there.
That's all right.
I've got Milwaukee number 1, moving up 1. Where are my notes here? They swept Chicago. I believe was that in Chicago? I don't remember. Outscored
1 in Chicago, 1 in Milwaukee, and then
that's right,
another
because it was in
Milwaukee
division.
place.
That's right.
Neutral, right?
But they swept them. Outscored them 9-3. They have the best record in the league, and they're doing it unconventionally, which I think is the most attractive thing about the Milwaukee Brewers right now. Is that last season, Yankees hit a bunch of homers, Orioles hit a bunch of homers, whatever. And this season, Milwaukee said, we're going to go a different way. We're going to play Billy ball, basically, and they're winning, and it's working, and I love it. Milwaukee number 1, they move up 1 from 2. A's, if we had done this in week 1, I probably would have had the A's at 1 or 2. But after getting swept in week 2, I moved them down. But to sweep St. Louis, the Cardinals, the team that went to the Rebel Classic last season, to sweep them was super impressive, but it was even more impressive to outscore them 13-1. I don't even think the no-hitter game by Soto was the most impressive thing. I think giving up 1 run for an entire fucking series is the most impressive thing out of that. So I've got A's jumping up 3 spots from 5 to 2. Baltimore, I dropped them 1. I had them 2 last week. I dropped them to 3 because they won the series, but they didn't sweep. They only won 2-1, and it was against the number 7 team. That was not impressive to me, so I dropped them to 3. St. Louis drops from 1 to 4 for the same reasons why I said the A's jumped up from 5 to 2. Mets drop a couple spots after giving the Yankees their first series win of the season. So they dropped 2 spots to number 5. Chicago, San Francisco, and New York, in my book, stay the same. I saw 0 reasons to move them up or move them down. I will say this, though, and then I'll ask if anybody's got questions about my rankings before we move on to Yogi. I think the gap has closed between the Yankees and the Giants for sure, because I actually had to give it some thought about if I was going to switch them or not. But then when I remembered, the Giants really took it to the Orioles, who are the OG division leading team, I kept the Giants at 7. So questions for me before we move on to Yogi. It's supposed to give me time to take a drink while you guys ask me something. All right, no questions.
There's really nothing to ask, no?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything.
All right, Yogi.
Yeah.
I run us through your list real quick. You've got Milwaukee. Are you home yet, or are you still driving?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Oh, okay, good. So you can see everything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, just take us through your list.
I got Milwaukee 1 because they're 8-1.
Yeah.
No matter who they played, I've got them there for now. Got to enjoy it while we're there. I got the Soto A's at number 2 only because they got swept. That's the only deciding between the two of them. I'm giving the Mets a pass on last week. It was just one of those series for them. I think they have a good solid squad, good pitching. They have everything they need. I got Baltimore at 4. I'm keeping the Cardinals at 5 right now, but they got the Cubs right up them, and they're playing this week, so that's going to decide itself. I got the Giants and the Yankees at 7 and 8, but like you said, the gap has closed considerably in the last 2 weeks. I think both teams are playing a whole lot better. They're developing their team. They're getting their pitching straight. I think the stretch run, they're going to be somebody you don't want to have to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ray, I'm not going to ask you to talk too much about this because I have a feeling it'll go into your rant, but I do want to ask you, without giving anything away in your rant, what made you swap Yankees and Giants? Because I'm pretty sure you had Yankees 8 last week, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Plain and simple, Yankees won a series, Giants got swept.
No, Giants won 1.
Did they win one?
Yeah. They beat us. Wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, they didn't. Fuck. My bad. That was the week. That was the week before.
4 runs.
Yeah,
4 runs, 3 games. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They lost 3 games, but they were all close games. That's right. My bad.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty much. I mean, they have the same record now.
Right.
So I just sat there and said, okay, who won a series? The Yankees won a series. Unfortunately, the Yankees won a series. So congratulations, you get up 1.
I didn't get Soto or Bullett's rankings this week like I asked, but I will ask them a couple questions real quick. Soto, let me go to you first. As you see these rankings, is there any that you agree with, some more than others? Do you think they're all pretty close and accurate? What's your take on what you see on the screen?
I kind of agree with Bullet what he posted. I'm kind of going with Yogi's list, to be honest with you.
Las Vegas, Mets, Baltimore.
I mean, if anything, if I had to do it, I mean, I'd maybe keep his list, but just swap 3 and 4, and that's really it. Other than that list is pretty accurate. Just probably 3 and 4. Put Baltimore at 3, and then Mets at 4.
Okay. And Bullet, do you want to talk about what you said, Yogi's list as well? Which, to be honest with you, when you switch 3 and 4, it's really close to my list. And then let me look at. Oh,
yeah, but
Ray's
I really
got
want to
us
give
too
credit
high.
to Yogi, not to you.
Right. Greg Soto
Thanks,
has left.
Greg.
Greg Soto has left the server. Bullet,
I like Yogi's rankings. I can live with swapping 3 and 4 also, to be fair. I think Yogi's list most represents the passing the eye test. I think watching the games, seeing the teams, looking at the matchups, I think Yogi's list represents what our eyes have been showing us for 3 weeks.
yeah.
The most.
As I'm looking at, Ray and I are almost the same, except for the A's and Orioles, I think, are swapped. Cardinals, yeah.
Yeah,
Orioles
the A's and Orioles and the Yankees and
and
Giants.
the Yankees and the Giants. Okay, Yankees, Giants, Chicago. So we all pretty much have 6, 7, and 8 the same. Then you compare it to the KMPR, and I don't think anything lines the fuck up with the KMPR. Right? I mean, there's.
Besides
Well,
the
you can
Yankees,
start.
but-
You can start with the Brewers swept the Cubs, and yet the Cubs are ahead of them. They beat the
Yeah.
Giants 2-1, and yet the Giants are ahead of them.
And
Yeah.
we just swept the Giants, and the Giants are ahead of us.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
can't-
eye
dude,
testing right there. The Brewers cannot be anything but number 1. They could be playing a church choir. It doesn't matter. They still have to win the games. The Brewers have to be the number 1 team.
That's exactly it. I will say this about Keith's KMPR, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. And by the way, we hit the over, so you can close that out, Crazy Canuck, if you're still in here. We still have 2 more things to do. So I guess this will be like 10:15ish, probably 10:20. The KMPR, I will say this in Keith's defense, he was right. By the time the AACL season ended, it was pretty fucking accurate. So I don't know how
Like
or
I said,
why the
this is the
pendulum
future.
swings so much.
Yeah.
But it does for this for some reason, and it was, and I heard you, Soto.
Maybe if he takes the strength of schedule component out of it, how would it look then? I'm curious.
Keith, what are your
I bet
what are your
you'd be
thoughts?
way more accurate.
I don't know, but I can find out and put it in the dugout tonight.
Yeah, I'm just
that'd be fun to
curious because
see
I
if
think
it's more accurate.
it's just too skewed now. Obviously at the end of the year that evens
Right.
itself out mathematically, but now it's so skews the numbers that I wonder how this would look without that component.
I mean, at this point, that's just part of the aura of the KNPR is that it's completely dead wrong at the beginning of the year. So,
Dude, if the KNPR was accurate, we wouldn't be able to fucking talk so much shit about it.
right, exactly. Yeah, we'd have no content to rant about.
Exactly. All right. So speaking of content and ranting, I wish I could have. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on. I'm gonna do this. Give me just a second. If I can pull this out here and put that right there and move that up there. Yay! There we go. That's better. All right, so now these are your matchups once again, but this is what Ray's rant is all about. So Ray, you are about to be on the clock, sir. And it is 10:05, so do your thing.
Okay. Before the clock starts, I got a little opening monologue before the clock starts, okay? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what portion this is. Nobody's gonna fucking talk like I talk during this goddamn league, because nobody has the fucking cojones to talk like I do in this league. So, I don't want to pull up the soundboard and waste anybody's time, so fine, I'll do it myself. So, I was contacted by the Godfather last week and was told I needed to make these a bit shorter, because apparently all the Mets, Giants, and Cubs players couldn't pay attention after 3 minutes, which makes sense considering they only show up for 1 inning each game.
Ooh.
3 minutes is about the average of them to be relevant, and then ultimately you lose yet another series. And we needed more time for bullet points. So, in honor of every male in the world, yes, even you, Dave, we are going to keep this short and not so sweet. That's what she said.
There you go.
Most of the name suggestions I got absolutely sucked, like the Cardinals facing the Athletics before Thanksgiving break. So I have came up with a name myself and will stick to this name for seasons to come. Gentlemen and Clams, Lisa, Ray, Pain in my ass, Anastasia, Michaela, Nate Hall, Greg Luda. Yes, I put you with the ladies because that's what you are.
Jesus.
Welcome to the Diamond Massacre.
The Diamond Massacre. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Just give me like 10 seconds.
Okay. You fucker.
Oh man.
All right, go ahead.
Now you can start the timer.
All right, go ahead.
First matchup, Cardinals at Cubs. I wish I could just skip this one, because why? Yes, it's rivalry week, and yes, they have to play each other, but can't we just give both of them a piece of candy and not play the series? I'm all for the mob's first official ties as long as I don't have to see either team take the field. Cardinals pissed me off last week by getting fucking swept by the Athletics. Meanwhile, the Cubs brought joy to my heart by getting fucking swept by the Brewers. My prediction, I'll be in bed sleeping when this game starts and only will wake up when I hear finally this game is over, folks, so we can move on to actual good baseball. Cardinals win 2 straight after dropping game 1. Orioles at Yankees. They think they are hot shit now after winning games finally and taking their first series. They think they have outwitted me, predicting them going 0-9 the last Monday show. Rats take small victories here and there, but unfortunately the trap has been laid out. You got all hyped up beating the Mets that you didn't even realize the danger you've gotten yourselves into. Welcome back to reality, fuckos. Baltimore is here to shove your asses right back down the power rankings, but don't worry. Maybe the KNPR will give you the satisfaction you think you deserve, because that thing is exactly like the Yankees. Absolutely fucked. 3 O's faces all over the Bronx. That's something to get dirty about, Dave. By the way, the O's catcher can fucking get it from me. I'll show her a good 3 minutes.
I mean, 2, 3, whatever. 220, 220.
Athletics at Giants. I'd like to apologize for a quick minute here. Las Vegas. I am sorry for absolutely fucking nothing. I gave you the fire y'all needed to win that series last week. You are welcome. I'll give credit where it's due, though. Soto, after returning to his cubby ways week 2, came out with the fire in his eyes and moisture dripping off that glorious mustache. A little bit behind the scenes for y'all. It wasn't sweat coming off from his upper lip. It was the amount of puss that man got after lighting up the Cardinals. 3 straight player of the games for Soto during that series. A no-hitter on his birthday?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing sweeter than that, my man. Meanwhile, hold on, real quick. Let me find their sheet here. Sorry, I can barely read the stats of the anti-Shacks. It's so damn small. Oh, wait, I can read this part. It says nothing worth mentioning. Yep, sounds like San Francisco. Athletics 3-0 sweep the Giants. How's that for a bye-bye, baby?
Oh, fucking bye-bye.
No,
Mets
man.
at Brewers. Congrats to the Mets for being the first team this season to be called the Yankees bitch. METS. Doesn't that stand for my entire team sucks? Sure the fuck looked like it, giving a series win to the bottom-tiered Yankees week 3. What? Too busy trying to restrain Mr. Met from finding me after I decided to let Mrs. Met know what real baseball looks like? You are walking into what true baseball looks like in the MOB. We don't need home run after home run to light up the scoreboard. We find the open gaps in your pathetic outfield and pound that ball each and every single way. Calm down, Mrs. Met. You've had your fun. Now watch as we show the the Mets, what it takes to win a series. Another 3-0 shutout, and to remain on top is your Milwaukee Brewers. My name is Ray Bashan. This is the Diamond Massacre.
Oh my God. Ooh, 4 minutes. Not terrible. Not terrible, Bill. You shaved a minute off from last week, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
A minute and a half, actually.
I don't even know where to go from there. I'm gonna leave that up to Bullet for next week. Right, Ray. Thank you for the rant. 4 minutes of Ray losing his shit on this league. The Diamond Massacre. I like it. I don't even know where I am in the show after that. Where the fuck are we?
What I got out of that was the chicks in Las Vegas go with the mantra, any cock will do.
Hey-o.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I can't wait. Speaking of that, that was up for an award. So let's move on to
As
the
well
awards.
it should be.
Let's move on to the awards after that.
Great segue.
This will be the last. Thank you for that. What is this? Power rankings. I don't know if I need that. Nope, I don't. All right. Yes, everybody, there's nothing wrong. Your screen went black on purpose because I don't have an awards graphic for this week. But I do have the ones for the actual awards. So we will move on to that. Ray, are you able to do drum roll duty again?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We're going to start. Remember, we have 6 awards per week this season with the new Performance of the Week award, which will be the last one. So our first award from week 3 is Team of the Week.
Oh, my bad.
Here's the gun again.
That's so great. I thought you were just about to fucking.
Sorry, now I know how Clams feels.
Oh, now I gotta put this.
Oh boy.
Bullet point.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry.
Yeah, you're welcome. We had 4 contenders. It was the A's, the Brewers, the Orioles, and the Yankees. And your season 2, week 3, Team of the Week is Ray. It's the A's, 68.4. There were 38 votes this week. They took 26 of them. Second place was the Yankees with 6. Brewers with 4 votes. Orioles with 2 votes. All pretty worthy. I think they got this right. I'm just going to go to like one person per vote since we have enough people in here. And Soto, I'll go to you. It's your team. You guys won this. So what's your take? Do you think the A's deserve this, or do you think there was another contender in the group?
No, I mean, definitely. I think there was another contender. I really thought about what the Brewers did to Chicago, and then it just came down to how dominant we were, and then by the third game we were actually talking when will St. Louis score, and that to me is just a big deal. You even brought it up earlier, just one run, in 3 games. Yeah, it was just crazy. So yeah. I mean, I think we deserve it. There were other good games, though, too. You see some other sweeps there, too.
Yeah.
But just the way that our team was able to dominate St. Louis, and all due respect to Gunny, I mean, I think he pitched great. He just didn't have the bats to help him out that week.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. All right, the Las Vegas Athletics are your Season 2, Week 3 Team of the Week. That moves us on to Player of the Week for Week 3. Your nominees are Art G-Man, Bullet Boletsky, Doug Britton, Bumpy Johnson, Jack Gaines, and Mickey Malillo. And your winner is... It is Art G-Man with 71% of the vote. Of the 38 votes, he got 27 of them. And it looks like Mickey and Jack Gaines tied for second with 4 votes apiece. Bullet Boletsky with 2, Bumpy Johnson with 1. And I don't disagree with this. Yogi, I'll go to you on this one. Art G-Man, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, including a walk-off home run, by the way, to win a game. So I think they got it right. What do you think about that?
Yeah, 5 of 10, 500 for the week.
Yeah.
5 RBIs. Yeah, out of their 12 runs they scored, I thought he deserved it. That's who I voted for.
We're going to move on to the third award. I was going to go through and ask each person who they voted for Pitcher of the Week, but I'm just going to go ahead and just go straight to the award. The award for Pitcher of the Week here in Week 3 is... I'm shocked by this. Is anyone else shocked by this one? Greg Soto.
What happened to my write-in vote?
I like to thank the Academy.
Well, you literally wrote in Greg Soto, so I don't know. Greg, I said I was going to go to other people. I'm just going to go back to you one time. A couple people said, why didn't we get to vote more? And I'm like, why? All you're doing is giving me more work by putting, investigating more stats.
Chris Lee's just a hater. It was him.
Keith would have to give me more stats. Then I got to go through them, and I got to decide. It's like, why? You just, the first no-hit, shutout, blah, 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 complete game in the history of our league, there wasn't even a...
On your birthday.
Yeah, on your birthday, there wasn't even... which I forgot to put on there, by the way. So congrats on that, Greg. What
rigged.
What do you say? he's not lying on that one. Shit. Let's see what's next. All right, next is your Season 2, Week 3 Web Gem of the Week. Yeah, go ahead.
I like Doug Day's response in the chat for Greg Soto. Ling Ling should accept the award.
I accept this award for Greg Soto. So here's the thing with the Web Gems. What I do is I go through all of the video clips for all the awards for the Web Gems and the Play of the Week, and I put them all into the ballot. Then I go.
Excuse me, Dave. Excuse me.
Shit.
Hello.
God damn it.
This is
Okay,
Ling
all
Ling.
right.
I would like to accept the Player of the Week for Greg Soto. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you, Ling Ling. Appreciate that, and I appreciate you keeping that short. So we had I had 15 that I initially put into the ballot, or maybe over. I can't remember. I think it's even more than 15. And this is what I narrowed it down to. The Athletics had that 7.62 put out on the Cards runner at home base, which was great. Bumpy Johnson had a great play. That his momentum took him so far. He was in the coach's box by the time he finished that play, throwing to first. Corn King with a just incredible diving catch in the hole. Took the time to stand the fuck up and still threw the batter out with that arm, which was crazy. Calvin Klein with a great diving catch in center field that I don't think anybody thought he was going to get. Orioles with that 3-6-1. Most double plays wouldn't make the nominees anymore because we've seen so many of them, but the 3-6-1 was pretty. And then Tommy Gunn with the behind the back, very a la Lisa from last year when she won. Behind the back, blinded catch, and throws the runner out first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nominees, and your winner for Web Gem of the Week in Season 2, Week 3 is... It is... Shit.
Calvin.
Oh, Calvin Klein. So this one looks like it might have been... Let's see. Calvin Klein. So 38 votes. You got 12 of them. Tommy Gunn got 11. So you beat Tommy Gunn by 1 vote. Then Bumpy had 8. Corn King had 4. The A's had 2. And the Orioles had 1. And Calvin Klein, I'll go to you. Since you won the award, you had a lot of competition. Like I said, there were 15 or more to begin with. I had to narrow it down to these 6. And you beat Tommy Gunn by a single vote. So how do you feel about that? And what do you think about the whole mob crew there voting for you?
I'd like to thank the Academy, but get Ling Ling the fuck away from my award.
All right, she's about to come back on and say, I'd like to accept this for Calvin Klein.
Oh, God. I don't need more therapy after listening to Ling Ling all of whenever the hell she shows up.
Yeah.
Hey, at least the Cardinals had one highlight last week.
Right? There you go. There you go.
Wow.
That's a good way to look at it, actually.
I mean, hey, that's about all I have to say about that. It was a rough week, but I'm glad we could be recognized for something besides sucking all week. So,
all right, awesome.
We'll take it.
Well,
on behalf of the Cardinals, on behalf of the whole Cardinals team, we'll take it.
Beautiful. I will tell you this. We're going to move on to play of the week here. We had 4. I actually probably should have put Ling Ling on here since I put Mike All on here. I just didn't think of it at the time. But there were 4 nominees for Week 3 play of the week. Art G-Man with a 2-run walk-off home run versus the Yankees. Apparently that was in Game 2, not Game 1, pointed out by Joe Delaney to me. Doug Day steals second base. Helmet flies off. Stands up, shows off his new green mohawk hairdo, which was awesome. Jeff Banfield almost gets picked off at first base, and he knows he's going to get busted. He says, fuck it, I'm going to second. Goes to second, and gets the steal because Worm drops the ball. And then lastly is Mike All's game sponsorship read of Chad Rowland's Cock Ring Warehouse. And what was the saying on that, Yogi, again? The tagline?
Any cock will do.
Okay. All right, so your week 3 play of the week is? Mike All.
God damn it.
50%. Hold on. So he got 19 votes. Jeff Banfield with 11. Art G-Man with 6. And Doug Day with 2, which I'm sure were him and his wife. So, sorry, Doug Day. Nice do, but any cock will do a little better, apparently. So, Mike All, congrats on your win. Bullet, I'll go to you on this one. What are your thoughts, bro?
You can't go wrong with Mike All and Cox. So
I mean, who can, right? Who can?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. The last award of the night and the last thing we have to talk about tonight. And look at that. We're going to be under 2 hours. I told you we'd be under. Performance. This is the new category for Season 2. There were 3 nominees. Art G-Man, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 2 runs, and a walk-off home run. Greg Soto with the complete game shutout no-hitter. And Joe Delaney going 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a run in the Yankees' first win of the season. Let's see who the voters picked. Your performance of the week for Week 3 is. I mean, if it went any other way, that really looks like a
How is this not unanimous?
I don't know, but that looks like a Pac-Man with yellow top teeth and blue bottom teeth. Here's let me see. 38 votes. Soto got 33. Delaney got 3. And Art G-Man got 2. So Soto got it. Ray, I think you're the only one I haven't talked to yet. I mean, was this another no-brainer, kind of like pitcher of the week? Should I have even added in Art and Joe on this one, or what?
Yeah, no, I don't think you added. If you added the other two, if you added more than just those two, I think the result is still the same, and probably the votes are still the same. Greg Soto wins this automatic. Oh, what's that? I'm getting a report that Winkler is complaining about pitcher of the week. He's mad it's not a Mets player.
Oh, I didn't go to Chris Lee. Oh, my bad. My bad on that. Soto, I'll wrap this up with you, bro. Your last one. I mean, pitcher of the week was a no-brainer. Overall performance of the week, I think, is also a no-brainer. So congrats on that week. And your final thoughts on really the most dominant pitching week we've seen in the league in the short history we've had so far.
Unexpected. I spoke to you on the phone about it. I really look. I thought my player performed the way I thought he would, like by week 5, not week 3. So, I was just ecstatic that it happened on my birthday week. I mean, my birthday, and then the rest of the week, how the games went, and again, I hated it that honestly, I hated it that it had to be against Gunny. I really respect Gunny a lot, and he didn't deserve that. So I don't think I've told him this, but I do want to apologize to Gunny because I know he didn't deserve that. And but I don't know what to say. It was just my pitcher is just ahead of where I want him to be, and so we'll see. We'll see where the rest of the we'll see where the rest of the season takes me.
All right. Well, congrats on taking a couple awards home for this week. And that's going to wrap it up for us. I'm going to go around the horn one more time. Yogi, I'll start with you. We've got a hell of a week coming up. Rivalry week. Kicking off tomorrow at 5 p.m. Cardinals at Cubs, followed by O's and Yankees, Mets at Brewers, and then A's at Giants. What's your take on this first rivalry week of season 2?
It's going to be neat. We got the Cardinals and Cubs fighting for that middle of the pack. Got the Mets and the Brewers. Brewers trying to hold on to first place with the Mets looking up at them. They've got a dangerous squad. And I'm really curious to see how scrappy the Giants can be against Greg Soto and his performances on the mound, as well as the O's Yankees is always a great rivalry. That could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So I think we're set up for a great week this week.
I agree with that. Bullet, let me go to you next. I think there's a couple real intriguing matchups, a couple that are almost too close to call. What's your take on as we go here into week 4?
Yeah, so there are 2 stellar matchups this week. I think Cards-Cubs is a good one. I think we'll finally get to see which team separates themselves from the other in that one.
Yeah.
And in the Mets-Brewers series, I think that's going to be a barn burner too. And we will, I guess, once and for all, see if the Brewers are for real or not. Let's see.
Yeah, I think each week.
And the Mets too, for that matter.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's a good point. Ray, I'll go to you next. You've kind of already given your rant on this, so maybe just a final thought on the overall week 4 here for rivalry week, which, to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed we haven't seen much hate in the server yet.
I mean, everybody was enjoying their Thanksgiving weekend, and then me sitting there stressing about if Ohio State fucking loses to Michigan again, I would literally jump off a fucking bridge. But now everything's back on schedule, folks. There's going to be a lot of hate going on in this chat for this week. And definitely the Brewers and the Mets is the games to watch this week.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Although I wouldn't be surprised, Keith, if really we get surprised by one of the other matchups, like maybe the Giants steal a game from the A's early on, and then everybody's talking about that instead of the Mets or Brewers or something like that. But what's your final thoughts here on rivalry week in season 2?
Yeah, overall, it's just good to be back. Good to be back watching mob games again. I think we can all agree with that. I think I think everyone's kind of given their piece, and I generally agree with what everyone has said. So my overall thoughts on the week can be summed up in 3 simple words, which is fuck the Cubs.
I think we all have the same 3 words depending on who we're playing, but I don't necessarily disagree with any of that. All right, folks. Did I get everybody? I got Yogi, Ray. Oh, Soto. You got the last word on this one. Sorry, I skipped right over you. Your final thought as we head into
how fast the Academy forgets who I am.
He was just hoping you wouldn't answer with fucking Ling Ling.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Soto's
it's all right.
muted. Maybe he's busy.
I know when to bring her out. No, I honestly, I'll just stay within our division. I'm really, I've been looking forward to this week before the season even started. As soon as I knew that Chad and I had teams, we've been talking shit to each other back and forth, no matter what the record is. So I'm looking forward to this, and I kind of like what Bullet said. I'm kind of looking forward, secondly, to that Mets Brewers. I really want to see what the Brewers have for the Mets, because I know what the Mets can do. Yeah. So I'm really intrigued about that. And right now, honestly, nothing against the other division, but I could care less. We've already swept 2 teams in that division, so I could care less what's going on over there right now.
I can't wait for A's O's, bro. That's going to be a fun week when it comes down the schedule. I was at week 7, I think, or something, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know either. But all right, I want to thank Bullet, Soto, Ray, Keith, and Yogi for being on the panel and for all their contributions. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Annie's still here. Doug Day is in here whining about going to watch wrestling. Put this shit on pause for a minute, bro. Annie's here. Gunny's still here with us. Mike All. PSN Blackfire 1. He says interesting. Not sure what part that was to, bro. Rob Forker's still here. Birthdays are something in this league. Soto with the no, and then I hit. Oh, that's right. And you hit a home run on your birthday. I do remember that too. Soto did send nice consolation prize to the Cardinals dugout. I bet he did. Gunny's here. Bullet. Who else is there? Keith, of course. Members only baseball. Clams. Just not a lot of people talking, so I don't know who's still here. Let me look in the background. Twin Screw hiding probably. Crazy Canuck is still here. Twin Screw. David Leathers has been in the background the whole time. Freddie's still here. Freddie, good to see you, buddy. And I think that's about it. And Soto. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here on this Twitch channel at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night as we kick off week 4 or pitch off. Let's say pitch off. We're going to pitch off week 4. Pitch off? Is that a thing? Well, it's a thing now. We're going to do it. We'll pitch off week 4 starting tomorrow. And, I mean, who knows what will happen, but you have until tomorrow at 5 p.m. to do your series pick'ems if you haven't already done those, so please don't forget to do that. And Crazy Canuck has one last question. As you got like 5 seconds, because I'm about to ling with the ceremonial first pitch. I don't know about that. All right, that's it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on this Twitch channel for week 4 here in the Mob. Members only. What was the time on the... Oh, we went way the fuck over, bro. We went a half an hour over. Just pay it. Yeah, just pay those fuckers. Pay them. Fuck you. Pay me. All right. We're out. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Good night now.